Imagine hiring a contractor, spending $80,000 to do odds and ends in the house. He brings in a ton of guys, and all the work is wrong. What they've done through here is cut floor joists, cut floor joists, cut floor joists. This all has to be replaced. Every piece of plumbing in here is wrong. I'm gonna pull up the tile right through the front door. I'm practically gonna gut your whole kitchen. You're okay.
It's just overwhelming.
All I want is somebody to just make it right for me and my pen. That's it.
Hello, you must be Carolina.
Hi.
I'm Mike.
Nice to meet you.
Neil, nice to meet you. What's your name?
Madison.
You're Madison? Hi, Madison. I'm Mike. What's your name?
Emily.
Hey, Emily. Hi. Neil and Carolina, I have a growing family, moving from a townhouse into a beautiful home, a neighborhood they like.
This was our forever house. It had enough space that we could grow as a family.
We could fix it up, make it more livable, more modern, because it still had that 1950s kind of look to it, like the old wooden kitchen and tiles and the old bathroom. The game plan was getting in, changing the boiler system into a furnace. We started looking at what we had to do with the inside of the house and which rooms to renovate.
Simple object, let's do a new kitchen, let's take the bathroom, turn it into a powder room, do an ensuite in the master bedroom. Took a couple of quotes, 40 to 45,000. $80,000 later, multi-trades coming in and out of this house, and all the work is wrong. What's wrong with this picture? Is that for me? No. From Madison? Oh, isn't that nice? Did you draw me a picture? I like you, Mike Holmes. Well, I like you, Madison. Thank you so much.
Cool.
This is your house, isn't it? Okay, tell me your story.
Come on, you want to come
I'll
see
follow
it?
you.
The biggest issue in our house right now is the shower. It's the only shower in our house, and it's falling apart.
It's a pretty crappy floor in that shower. A really crappy floor.
You're worried about if it's leaking in the basement, if it's getting in the walls, if there's mold that's going into Emily's room that's in behind the shower. It's all coming apart at the side, so it all
It's just a
sweeps
little.
down this way and down that way.
How new is this?
This is actually a year old.
A year old.
1 year.
If you lay the floor wrong and you allow water to get in underneath the tile, all it's going to do is deteriorate all the concrete that was put in place and break up the tile.
I even went to the store and I bought some silicone and I thought, okay, maybe I'll make my wife happy and I'll fix the shower. That didn't happen. I don't know how to fix the shower.
In order to fix this properly, you pull out the bench, pull out the floor, redo it all, and then tile back down to the floor. But odds are, the whole thing's coming out. That floor is 3/4 of an inch thick, so something tells me that floor has been laid over an original floor and it's even higher up because we have a fairly thick tile with an adhesive underneath us and it still doesn't meet that height. You've heard me say it 1,000 times. Pull it up, start again. If you cover up over it, not only are you covering up wrong things, it may not tie in to the other floor. Your cabinets appear to be this way.
There was
Unless it's your floor right down and it's giving me an illusion.
I don't know why the kitchen floor angle is off and why the hallway floor all slants down. Judging by everything the contractor did in the house, if you take a level to anything, it's all sitting cockeyed.
Your tiles?
The Portuguese tiles that were there for 50 years didn't crack once. This guy puts down a tile that's not even there 2 months and it's cracking.
We got 2 small kids and can't keep them warm in the winter and you can't keep them cool in the summer.
That is one loud furnace. Where's your furnace?
It seemed all great where they were gonna map it out and how we were gonna have, we were gonna get heating and air conditioning for a low, low price. Bargain Al's HVAC. I just can't get over it, how much money we spent with this guy, and he ran everything wrong.
You've got boosters in your ductwork. That's what I'm hearing.
The booster fan is this duct booster that sounds like a jet turbine as soon as it starts up. Slowly, as it's getting fuel, it starts building up until it's like a loud kind of wah, just the sound of it. And it did absolutely nothing to upstairs.
Yeah, they put the booster on after we had contacted them and said that we weren't getting the air conditioning upstairs in the summer.
He said, oh, well, you need to have curtains put there and you need to have a ceiling fan.
So we did that, and then they had come back and said,
Put
okay,
curtains up.
I'm like, really? Curtains and a ceiling fan? He's like, yeah.
And we haven't heard from them since.
That's not a surprise to me, and you don't want to hear from them again, I'll tell you right now. That's a really big trunk line. I really don't like the way this is. Come on over here. I'm glad that's turned off, but anything before 1980, it looks like these tiles contain asbestos in the vinyl tile. Did any contractor tell you that?
No.
Your HVAC guy did all new trunk work in the basement, puts in flex line. This is dryer flex line, which I don't even recommend for dryers, okay? This is not meant for ductwork at all. Here's our new furnace, okay? Here's our air intake. This is what's going to take the air from the basement. Because minimum code, it's all open, he didn't have to run this. Here's our exhaust that comes up, runs over and out. Right where they ran it out, we have the dryer that runs out, again, on the same frickin' flex line, so that tells me he did that as well.
Correct.
These two exhaust lines that go out, and what is that right there? The window. So if you want to open that window, you can't now because this is giving out exhaust. If the furnace or the hot water heater is on, exhaust gases could re-enter the house through that window or the dryer vent, and that could be dangerous. The exhaust vent should be at least 3 feet from any window or dryer vent.
Contractor did break quite a few floor joists along the way. And
Where?
Just right up over here.
You can see that we
And he's
had
kinda-
him kind of fix them
He
here.
had 3 guys with huge
There's some over
sledgehammers
there.
breaking apart the old Portuguese tile upstairs.
Like they hammered the hell out of that because that's completely broke. Is it ever one thing? Let's be serious. Plumbing, HVAC, electrical, asbestos, kitchen, bathroom. It's always all of it. It's never just one. I've seen enough down here.
We're pleading that Mike can make it right and fix all these imperfections so that we can, spend our weekends and our time away as a family and not worry about it.
Give me a shake. All right, I'll be back to fix this, okay? I'm gonna bring in a bunch of people. I need to call in a bunch of people on this one. Do you hear the furnace? I hear the furnace. That doesn't sound right. And it's new.
The problem here is the design of the ductwork. It's a frickin' disaster. I doubt they've had any drawings or anything here. I really doubt it by the way I see everything ran.
Well, there's no permits.
This is some guy that came in, figured I'll put a new furnace in, run some duct, probably started going as, figuring stuff out as he went.
So what do I have to do? Pull all the ductwork, get all the right permits to install forced air and return throughout the house so that it balances the system. But that creates another problem. In the living room above us here, in the dining room just over in the back of the house, that beautiful plastered ceiling with the plastered molding. I have an idea on how to run the heat duct lines with doing the least amount of damage. If I build a bulkhead here, because you need to come up and go that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I don't pull this ceiling and I pull this ceiling and I do maybe just like a bulkhead effect all the way around the room, try and keep this, and I'll explain how. If we come up and just make the bulkhead nice and natural looking, even though it doesn't fit directly here because this is a beam, and I widen it like this, you come up with your 2 runs. One will go directly straight up. The other one can come in through, because these joists should run this way.
Yeah.
You should be able to feed that without touching this ceiling and get up, just get up right there.
Above it.
You can do it, I know you can.
Oh, I can.
Because I know I can do this.
Not a problem.
Okay.
Gotta have a little smile.
It's very light.
Oh, yeah!
Come on, Mike, let's go find the kids. Oh, I got your chair.
Find out the width of the room, find out your half mark, and maybe this we'll just use with a Sawzall. MJ, why don't you do that?
Half of the living room ceiling is actual attic space. I only want to open up the inside half to actually look at the floor joists and run all my ductwork.
I'm slightly overwhelmed how creative this is. I've got an old original laundry tub. It seems like an original piece of clay pipe. I should have a trap, and I should also have a vent for this trap. I have, at this moment, none of it. So that's issue number one that I have. Obviously, all the copper lines that I noticed, some of them are quite original. They're not even in a straight line. Just quickly looking at it, some things that I noticed here is also, to me, it's a safety issue. But I mean, this line is just not even secured. A shut-off valve with an open end, this thing should be extended and capped. This thing can literally, anyone can cause damage. And I got electrical lines, I got potential for disaster here.
We know that this is a chase for ductwork, so Gary and Mike want this opened as well. Just take off the front face so we can see in it, please, buddy.
All right.
Where's our plumbing? Here's our plumbing. Here's the toilet.
No.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
Look at that.
Oh my God. Look at the amount of glue on this.
Oh, and don't worry about cutting the floor joist.
Yeah, yeah.
Amateurish, very.
Yeah, totally, yeah. You can see the gap here, the spacing that you have here, and you got literally no spacing here. So this thing was stretched.
Right.
And it was not aligned properly. The plumber was running either out of time or out of knowledge.
More than likely, this leaked here.
Yeah.
And what they did was they just came in and they brushed it to try and stop it from leaking.
This is something you show at school, and you teach, you know, the first-year apprentices what not to do.
Well, we're gonna make a mess of this house. But we'll fix it. We'll fix it. Now, I got a test for the three of you. If you notice, I want you to come over by the window. Okay. I want you to take a really close look, feel the wall. Why do I have water? Get in there, all three of you.
Why that was wet.
Why do I have water?
I've never expected it to turn out like this. I would never wish it upon anybody to have renos go this horribly wrong.
Things that we have to remember, now that we've opened this up, we can clearly see that ledger plate across the top, which means they've done something with the floor joists over top of this wall, which brings me back into the kitchen, and we're gonna take down the ceiling. We'll do that in a minute. Now that we've opened this up, we can see how they did this beautiful crown molding, and it's just a piece that they put in the corner, and then they, years ago, they just did that plaster, so it's over the old drywall. I'll tell you what, we can pull out the rest of this. Just come right in, leave the ceiling, and then pull out the rest of the crown molding throughout the room. So we'll have two guys do that. I want also inside this closet, I want all the shelves down, the studded walls down, and we're gonna have Santos pull out all the pipes. Mike, and let's go with Nicole. Let's start by taking off the door. Pull the floor in the shower, pull all the tiles, everything out across the center, pull out this whole section here because I want to see what's underneath
So
it.
we're leaving this up?
For now, just pull out the whole bottom, okay?
Perfect.
I'm gonna need a few people in the kitchen. Now the truth is I'm gonna need to drop the whole ceiling. So those cabinets are in my way, this is in my way, that's in my way, that's in my way.
Ready, 1, 2, 3, up.
So if the plumbing's wrong in the walls, it's wrong behind the sink, and we have improper vent, who says that the plumbing's not wrong in the kitchen ceiling? That's why I told Damon to drop it. Day in, day out, what do I see? Wasted money. Materials, time. Here we go again. It all comes down, it gets redone.
This shower is so poorly done. They used a glue adhesive instead of a thin set in a shower where it's gonna hold so much moisture and the glue will actually mold. So, and not only that, but if you look at this pan here, it can rip these tiles up with my fingers.
It's an easy demo that way.
It is, it's real easy demo.
Santos.
Good morning, Mike.
Gary's got you doing this today, eh?
Yeah, they got me doing it today.
Okay, we're gonna pull out all the ductwork today and prep. Are we putting in a new furnace?
That one's fine for the system that's here. It's just the ductwork's way undersized for that unit.
You're gonna be, what, 2 hours to take all this out?
No, we got enough crews down here to take this out within...
30 minutes?
Yeah.
30 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll have it all out.
Okay.
We're gonna end up doing a test and troubleshoot. We're gonna make sure that we check all the lines throughout and try to make heads or tails of what they've actually wired in here, what they didn't wire in. So once we've got that done, then we're gonna be having some power turning off and on, so hopefully it doesn't disturb the rest of the crews that are here.
Whenever there's a renovation or some work is done to a plumbing system, the plumbing lines are exposed to additional stresses, vibrations, movement, and if the joints are weak, they have a better tendency to fail, to develop a leak. If it's not immediate, it could be just down the road. It literally cracks in my hands. Again, a potential for disaster.
You have mold?
I have mold.
Where, in the bathroom?
Shower, yeah.
It came through the floor pan, that's for sure. Obviously, they cut their corner. It was leaking in the corner.
Yeah, I didn't even find
There's no
water.
signs of water coming from the spout itself, but it didn't take long to mold, eh? 48 hours, that's all it takes. This is a brand new bathroom.
Yeah.
So what do we need to do?
Fix it.
We gotta clean the mold.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna find some stuff that's gonna shock me. I'm always curious ever since things have been falling apart to kind of see what's underneath it all.
We've been working around your furniture for a bit, tried to create some extra room, and finally I made the call yesterday. Let's get the second trailer in and move your stuff out, which I'm gonna show you why. Yeah, we made a mess of your house. Oh. This is just the beginning. You have the old clay piping. We had to break it up due to this bathroom rough-in that is completely wrong. Since we got to break it, we're going to replace it. We're actually going to replace all your plumbing because all of it is wrong. Every piece of plumbing in here is wrong. Right now, we are draping up everything because we're going to put on a special product that I really like. We're going to be spraying a pink spray all over the wood. Biggest reason I'm using this is for fire. So this will give you a fire rating just in the spray. It's like paint, but it's not paint, it's a seal. So we'll seal it, make it fire tight. I really like that because you have kids, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Makes sense to me. Come on over. We're pulling out all this plumbing all the way because what they've done through here is cut floor joists, cut floor joists, cut floor joists, and we just don't do this. And I'm seeing this everywhere down here. There's 8 floor joists that I'm going to be sistering and repairing down here and redesigning your bathroom upstairs. This is minor. Let's go upstairs.
Okay.
This is minor. Follow me.
I'm gonna cry.
Come to your kitchen. What do you see just by looking up? Not much, right? Here's what I see. All this plumbing is incorrect. And when they put in the toilet, what'd they do? Ran it that way and down that way. Yeah, through the floor joist.
Again, yeah.
You see what's left on the bottom of that? Now I gotta pull out all that plumbing. I got a sister in floor joist to pick up the load, proper load, because it's now below minimum code, which is unacceptable. This all has to be replaced. If I look further into this, I start to see things. Remember I explained, I believe there's a double floor on that side because we have a trip hazard. And as we come this way, right from this point here, it drops down about 3/4 of an inch. I'm gonna pull up the tile right through the front door, all the way into the kitchen, which means I'll be pulling out the rest of the base cabinets to do the work that I have to do. You wanna see your bathroom?
Sure, let's go.
Any questions? Not yet.
No, just shocked.
It's just,
Right back to where we started.
oh yeah, I'm not done yet. I'm practically gonna gut your whole kitchen. Okay, this is a brand new shower, right?
Brand new.
Yeah, 6 months.
See the mold?
Yeah.
That's only the beginning. Imagine what this would look like in 12 months. You were leaking under the tray. We knew this was all wrong. You're in the shower and you're pulling out towels with your feet.
Yeah.
Everything is wrong. We're gonna pull this all out. I need to run a vertical duct line here, so I'm gonna shorten your path and I'm gonna give you a small bench. I may close your door a bit. I'm gonna change this. I need to pull the floor. I practically need to gut your whole bathroom. New exhaust fan and redo it all.
I just had no idea the extent of everything that was wrong with this house. It's just overwhelming.
Am I talking
at
too fast? Should
everything.
I slow down? Should we relax a minute and breathe?
No.
There's so much that was wrong with this house. You know, out of sight, out of mind, right? You don't know what's underneath half the walls, so it's interesting.
Any questions? Are you fine with what I'm going to do in here?
Yeah,
It's going to be really nice when I'm done.
I know.
Okay. Let's go into the living room. I'm going to create a bulkhead around your living room. What it does is helps me hide my vertical tying into my upper, and then I'm going to add some lights in the bulkhead, which nice and lights up your any paintings on the wall, anything you have, turns it into a nice zone. And what it does is separates the living room from the dining room, allowing to keep that kitchen. I'll complement that look within this void.
I did like the ceiling in the living room, but if it's more better for my family to do the heat runs and to run everything properly, for sure, this is the way to go. Do it right.
I don't think anybody can ever be ready to find out that this much, like thousands of dollars wrong with their house. It's makes you rethink whether you should have bought this house.
Oh my God. Everything you touched.
It's going to be a really busy day. We have to pull up tile from the kitchen all the way to the front door because we need to level the kitchen floor. I've got Sherry and Nicole pulling out the rest of the bathroom. We have to make way for all the ductwork that's got to run up to the second floor. That's a busy day.
Here looks to be wannabe wall vents. So this is actually not capped right now. So what is happening is there's actually sewer gas that is going right up into this wall. This vent should have been extended up the wall into the attic and then attached to the vent stack so the methane gas is dispersed outside.
We're spraying the basement ceiling with pink wood, which is a fire retardant. I mean, it's just smart. And we decided to test it ourselves. So I'm just gonna do this as an example to see how well it works. Here we have the exposed wood, and if you get a torch on it, you can see just how fast that wants to light. And that doesn't take long, your house is on fire. But we get the pink area, and you just keep the torch on it, you keep the torch on it. Look, I've had it on there an awful lot longer, right? And it doesn't want to light. The wood wants to light. And if I kept it there for maybe 10 seconds, you know, I might as well get the marshmallows out. But the pink spots, I'll get the glowing embers, but it doesn't want to light. A little bit of liquid on this that's friendly to the environment is the difference between you having to call your insurance company. Oh, not to mention saving your kids.
Well, I don't know if it looks for everybody, but at least it works.
It's very pink. Oh my God.
We're going to remove the asbestos here today. This is a type 2 remediation process. Right now they're vacuuming up all the surface dirt off the asbestos tile. They're spraying down the asbestos tile with water and an agent so it'll help hold the water to the tile. And then once that's completed, they're going to start removing each tile one at a time and placing in asbestos bags for disposal. Well, the objective in this type of remediation is to keep the tiles intact, basically, break them as little as possible. That's why we only use hand tools. We don't use any power tools. Some tiles are going to break for sure. You can't. It'll just happen that way. But because we have the containment, the whole area is sealed, there won't be a problem with it. The fibers will get vacuumed up and the process will be finished.
Well, the cleanup was fast and easy. Now what I want to do is create a better trench, provide a nice gravel bed so I can lay a new PVC pipe, slope it nicely, do my wrapping for the 3-piece bathroom, new floor drain for the furnace, cut the stack, run everything brand new right up to the ceiling. So it will keep me busy for the next couple of hours, but I'm happy because it's gonna look perfect at the end.
The existing floor joist has damage to it. It's weakened the structure, so what we're doing is we're gonna sister on another 2x8 right up against it, and that should pick up the existing load.
Like sculpting it. Making art. The original design, the duct wasn't right. They weren't the right size. They had flex lines and stuff running all over the place. Just wasn't done correctly. They came in, banged in some ductwork, put in a brand new high efficiency furnace, and the ultimate thing was they weren't getting any efficiency out of it. We're here to fix all that. New ductwork, evenly distributed air in the house, and comfort is our main key.
So let's just prep to get this concrete in, just sweep it out. I'll get the guys to make us a mix and we'll start troweling it, okay? It's like making cookies. You just gotta figure out the perfect batch.
I'm sistering these joists because they cut some of the sections out. If you can see there, they cut a big section out, and that compromises the structure for these joists. So what I'm doing is I'm running them back over the top plate here. That way they're sitting on structure, and I'm just carrying them over the points where they're cut out, screwing them, gluing them. That way it picks up that load that's cut out, and this floor's strong. We don't have to worry about structure anymore. There's a bit of bow in this, and because I've got the crown up, it's a bit difficult to get this all touching the ceiling. Chances are I'm not going to get it all the way touching the ceiling, but I want to get it as close as I can to pick up that load. So I just popped a screw in there on the existing joist, and now I'm prying up on the joist I put in. So I'm just prying up, now it's touching the plywood. There we go.
Whoever did this renovation clearly has buried a illegal junction box. So simplest of terms, something stops working and you need to try to figure out where it went wrong. Where, if it ends up getting worse and there's arcing that happens in the box, you've got an electrical fire happening behind the wall and you'd never know why. It's a serious issue. Give me a hole on this side, because I will have to get to this side in order to redo this wire. It's ungrounded, so I want a brand new line to this box.
Oh man. Insulation's super itchy, especially when it hits your face, so I'm covering everything. Smart idea. Yeah. There we go, thank you. Have to go.
This is Durock. It's a concrete board. It's harder because it's heavier than drywall to deal with, which sucks, but
Yeah,
it could be worse, you know? Can we get it in there? Yeah!
I'm dry cleaning this connection. This is the drain from a second floor bathtub. So far what I've discovered in this house is I've got a venting issue up on the second floor bathroom, which runs off to the attic. I've got a venting issue on the main floor bathroom. Vent was terminated inside the wall. What I also discovered while I was doing this is I have a kitchen vent, which was wide open inside the wall. And also in the basement that we discovered earlier, all the sewer gases from the drain that were not capped. So this house was literally contaminated from top to bottom with methane gases and sewer gases that were escaping in various parts of the house. Just what a mess. Like, it's unbelievable.
Is the ceiling out, the floor joist?
Yeah, the ceiling from that corner to that corner is almost 2 inches.
It really shows how much it's out now that they have cistern on this side. If we start to carry down and then we come across, it zeroes out almost to perfect zero at this end. So what that means is the floor is actually running up on that side. For us to put in a level bulkhead, what we want to do now is level the ceiling so everything looks right. And if we're going to do crown molding, it's the only real way of doing it. Since I didn't want to harm that ceiling in there, I love that beautiful plaster crown molding that we have. To run the ductwork, I need my locations. You know, here's my air return up in here. I knew I could use that void, come up in my bulkhead, and go up and pick up the return that's needed upstairs on the high wall. Where am I gonna bring up my force runs? How do I make this look afterwards? So, and that's why when I call in Gary, you know, where are we gonna put our returns? Where are we gonna do our force runs? Then I could do this bulkhead and put in the beautiful pot lights. And what it does is creates that vaulted ceiling in the center. And it works for everything I have to do in here. And it's, at the end of it, it looks really damn good. That's what I like. The electrical was a mess in here. You can see he's punched holes everywhere just to correct it. This is that forced air line I was talking about. And now I want that bulkhead to come out and come directly up. We're gonna have to change the cabinets that are here because this, again, will look right if I do this. Otherwise, I just have a bulkhead here and it looks much like the way it was before and it doesn't work. You gotta think of plumbing. My plumbing's running through here. I have air behind water. I have drainage. I have a trap in the floor here. I came in because they had a heating problem. You know, we break up the basement. We gotta fix electrical. We gotta fix plumbing. If it was just the heating, I could easily come in and go vertical locations, close them off, and not punch so many holes. But when you got electrical, structural, plumbing, on top of heating, you got a mess.
That's almost level, and I'm at the top of that tile. Look at that. This is the hump. Like, we took out that massive dip in the floor, but we weren't able to lose this dip here. So I'm on top of the tile here, and I'm on top of the hump here. So that's how much we're actually gonna have to build out that out as we go, okay? It's a lot of work, buddy.
When you cut your tiles, you always want to hide your cut edge against a wall, and your factory edges are always your grout lines. That way you keep a nice, smooth grout line rather than have... And a cut is never the pretty end of a tile, so it's going to go like this and keep the grout line nice and smooth.
If anybody's going to fall and end up getting hurt, it's going to be on the stairs, unfortunately. As a result, the handrail has to be both beautiful and strong. It's got to be a safety feature as much as it is a piece of the architecture. The studs that are in the walls that make the house really strong are all covered by drywall and plaster. And then the things like the trim, the crown molding, and the baseboard, all that stuff, you know, there's no structural integrity, it's just beautiful. But this has to be a combination of both.
So I have my 1.5 inches brought up to this point. Every time a vent is terminating through the roof, the pipe needs to be increased to 3 inches. Simple reason is due to temperature variation and outside elements. I will have ice formation, and having a pipe of a smaller diameter would simply block it, not allowing air movement.
Gotta cut the grass. Looks like hell.
So here's what we're gonna do today, guys. We're on the home stretch. This is all we really have to finish off is the kitchen, get some paint on these walls, and we can get these people back home, okay? We're gonna start on the kitchen, guys. Yeah. Robbie, why don't you do the back wall in the shower? Let's get that grouted finally. And Nicole, we might need you skimming today, okay? But we're gonna pull you back and forth because we might need help with the kitchen, okay?
Okay.
Get your tools and let's go, guys. Let's get this done. All right. Gotta go, just bring it down a hair on that leg, MJ, and you're there. There we go, dead on. Really happy about that, guys.
Ready, 1, 2, 3.
Everything we're reinstalling here is the original cabinets from when we first came in here and took it out. So we were able to actually put it right back in. We miraculously saved this countertop. We're trying to work with it the best we can, but at the end, it's gonna look fantastic and will be installed properly. A nice job, boys.
I'm not good walking backwards.
Yeah, sure. We can do it.
Watch my grout lines.
Okay.
We got a problem.
I'm drawing a half circle, and that is what I want you to cut.
It's perfect! Imagine growing up with a perfectionist, so every once in a while I have to let him know that I can also make it perfect. Give me a sec.
All we do is double check. That's it. We just double check everything, and we don't have to rehang it.
And then I'm right.
So all you got to do is get your brush paint, right? Paint, couple of spots, paint, and clean.
Yes, sir.
Right? Done? Awesome? All right.
It looks like it's original. Yeah, that's great. Okay.
Perfect.
Now it's the end. Here we go. Final tally. Electrical, $5,000. HVAC, $10,000. Plumbing, $12,000. Pinching and asbestos was $2,600. To paint the whole house, including the pink, was $8,600. That's a total of $38,200. Now add in our price, all my guys, material and labor. Who wants to put out that kind of money? But this is done right.
You know what? Sometimes the simplest jobs have to be left to the most skilled people. Otherwise, it just won't be done right. So that's why I'm here.
This means everything to me. I'm super excited that we're going to be able to finally move in and not have to worry about all the problems that we had before. It's been a long ride for us, and glad that it's finally over.
I love stainless steel, but it's a pain in the butt. Looks good, but trying to keep it clean. Let's get them. Welcome home.
Thanks
Come on in,
for
Ice.
having us.
How are you?
Wow, that looks great. I was nervous originally because I really liked the ceilings that we had before.
There was no way you were going to keep your
I
ceilings.
know, and I was worried about what it would look like, and it looks great.
We took all this down, and it was not only to fix the electrical, we then saw structure, but it was to run the ductwork. So you see your wonderful bookcase over in the end there.
Yeah.
There was 2 big duct lines that come up and feed your mother's room. All these walls were opened up. This whole wall was opened up. This was all opened up. You know, hidden electrical junction points everywhere in here. This was all rewired in here. After pulling out all of the ductwork from the closet, I don't know, did I fix it?
Can I open it?
Yes. But you have an all new cabinet in the back, and that's the way it should be, right? You can store your gloves, your shoes, and everything else, and then your coats in front. Very simple. No more ductwork in the closet. Do you notice it's warm in the house?
Yes, that's what I said. It's nice and warm.
I don't hear no jet turbines going.
No jet turbines. It's very quiet, actually. You see your new rails?
Yes.
I like the new rails.
We re-stained all your stairs and painted your risers. By code, this is what your contractor should have done.
Yeah. Pantry's different. Pantry's different.
Backsplash.
Well, the cabinets, there's the bulkhead in here.
We took out the one right-hand bulkhead that you had in the ceiling. We used the cavity, and I had to get ductwork in here. There was no choice in this one to get it upstairs as well as your exhaust. I had to fix all the structure, replace the electrical. I stripped 3 layers of floor here. You remember how it ran down to over there?
Yeah, lovely.
And we had to do our best to bring it up and go all new tile right through and right out to the front.
Nice tile.
Nice tile. In the attic space, what we did is we took out all the bat insulation in the walls. That everywhere we could reach, I brought in my spray foam guys. We spray foamed everywhere that we could touch. Now, you remember when I took you in the basement when I was first here, and I said you're off-gassing from the sewage system. What you're getting is methane gas back in the house. Methane gas was an open spot in this wall. Methane gas was an open spot in your new bathroom, so pipe just in the wall, as well as one upstairs.
Nice.
4 locations inside your house were bleeding methane gas. So we made a change in here. Take a look in the shower. In behind the wall here, we have ductwork running upstairs. That's why it's been changed. But nothing in here will promote mold. Nothing in this bathroom. You like the shower?
Yes.
You like the tiles?
It looks wonderful.
Professional.
Compared to what it was before, everything, the wall shifting, all the cracking. It would be nice to just stand in here for a good 45 minutes.
Take your time. You're noticing some new color in the house, eh?
It's pink.
What is
Madison's
that? What do
favorite
you think
color.
this is? Is that your favorite color? This is actually a fire rating paint.
That's what I was gonna say.
Every single house should have this. You can go ahead now and finish your basement. We've had to cut the floor right from inside the room to out. And we had a couple of choices on here, what we were going to do, where we were gonna put your bathroom. We toyed with different areas, and this ended up being the #1 spot for it. With all the new ductwork that was put in, you'll see just the sealant. What it does is, this is on your forced air line, no leakage, 100% goes directly to where we want it to go. Each and every other line is foil taped. So there is no way of air escaping within the house that you're allowed. You're allowed 15% to bleed in the house, and I don't want that. I want it to go to the rooms it's supposed to go. If you follow all the new plumbing lines, because the rest was pulled out, and look at how neat my guys are.
Yeah, that's very neat.
All new gas lines, and labeled. Everything that's been done here, I'm really happy with. I truly am.
New tub?
New tub. Your drain right from this point was redone. And those furnace exhaust lines that were by the backyard window were moved to the side of the house, which is where they should have been in the first place. Not only did we fix 3 floor joists here, both of them, we even doubled on one of them. We doubled, and tripled. Because this was the area that was weak. All the plumbing that ran this way over to here was then rerouted and dropped into the floor under your stairs.
Oh, yeah.
Fixing all the floor structure that they cut. Everything they did over there, we had to fix. One of the main reasons I came here was for your furnace, your heating, your air conditioning, your flow, if you remember the noisy lines. Anyone that uses a booster, this is one of those gimmicks that people think they need, is made for the homeowner, not for a contractor to install. For him to say that, shame on him. Really, shame on him. Shall we? Let's go play in the kitchen.
It might be some peace that'll come through all this, because the storm's been going on for a long time, for at least a year and a bit now. So this is really cool to have it finally finished.
That's us helping you.
100%.
Thank you very much.
Carolina. Sweetie.
This whole project and us having, Mike come over and fix our house. He didn't just fix our house, he fixed our life, our marriage, our family. I want to say that he saved us.
Good job. Good job, Mike.
Sometimes when we give the house back to homeowners, they're just not very excited, and I think I know why. It's quite simple. To me, it's all about what's behind the walls. That's the important stuff. That's the stuff that keeps you safe, warm, and dry. But the unfortunate reality is, what they see, really, is just lipstick and mascara. But the truth is, I went there to make it right, and that's exactly what I did.
10 on a piece. Oh, there's a puppy.
Look, they have ankle straps. Check this out. Look at it. You actually buckle on.
Those are great.